Shalom, all praises, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops at the great millstone. Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakathum to all the sincere believers, the hopefully elect out there, listening and learning. So it's your brother Azariah, back with a few things in the news I want to touch on briefly. And Lord willing, this lesson is edifying, so we're going to jump straight into it. So this article here is from the expose, and the title, as you can see, is "The Deep State Planning a Massive False Flag Cyber Attack to Disrupt the 2024 U.S. Election." You see, and one thing about it, election years are always crazy. You know, you have a lot of psyops going on, a lot of distractions go out, but they are going to bring the cyber attack. Okay, now, whether they use a boogeyman such as the Houthis or Hamas or Chinese or Russian hackers, or they may just say that the grid just went down. But we know that the elites want a blackout. They want the internet to be shut down. They want censorship. They want more control. And they ultimately want to implement this NWO system, this is why these things are being done. This is why they've been constantly talking about a cyber attack. This is even why you had an AT&T outage just the other day. That's a test run to what they're really about to do. And when these things do come down the pipeline, a lot of people are not going to be ready because they're not even aware that right under their noses this is happening. You see, they're not aware of the times that we're in. So when these things do come, it's going to catch them off guard. It's going to blindside them like a thief in the night. And from that, what? 2nd Ezra 15, friends shall fight against one another like enemies. They're going to rise up against each other with the sword. For what? For lack of bread, because there's going to come a famine as well, and for great tribulation. So these are the times that the prophets of old saw. And these are the times that we're living in today. So a lot of evil is about to come down the pipeline. This is why the scriptures say that, we are to redeem the times because the days are evil. So seeing these things and hearing rumors of this and other things, we should know what time that we're in and apply ourselves accordingly. So this article, getting into it, it says, is the deep state. Now let's get into that word deep state for those that may not be familiar with that, because we see it a lot pop up, but some people may not understand. So this is the definition of deep state. It says, according to an American political conspiracy theory, the deep state is a clandestine network of members of the federal government working in conjunction with high-level financial and industrial entities and leaders to exercise power alongside or within the elected United States government. So in layman's terms, what this is saying is that officials that are in the government, whether it be the president or the mayor or your state governor, they're really doing the bidding of the world globalist elites, okay, which we know is the chief house of Esau, Amalek. All right, going back to Job 9:24, who the earth has been given into the hands of, the wicked, you see. So this government that's set up over America and these other Western nations are really shadow governments. They're really puppet. These leaders that are set up, they're just puppets, man. Joe Biden, he's in there, but he's not calling the shots. He's not running anything. He's the one that's taking orders. You see? So this is all from the deep state. The deep state mafia setting up a massive cyber attack, false flag on the American people that will disrupt the 2024 election. And this isn't far-fetched at all. You see, because in the event that Biden was to somehow win, they're going to say, oh, the election was rigged, they're going to throw a plethora of psyops out there to, get people angry and, have them rise up in civil war. Because really, the people want Trump to win, even though when Trump was in office, they were saying it to get him out of there, right? Then Biden came in. It was like, yes, we just need Biden in here. He's going to turn things around. He's going to, bring America back. Now, Biden got into the White House, and he's even worse than Trump. You see, but it doesn't matter which side gets in there, or which candidate, they're all playing ball with the same people. See, Democrat, Republican, they both two sides of the same coin. It don't matter whether Trump gets in there or Biden stays in there. They're gonna carry out the agenda of the elites anyway. You see, so all this political madness that's gonna happen this year, man. It's really all just a big psyop to divert people's attention from what's really about to go down. But continuing on, it says, we are increasingly seeing news of potential cyber attacks, perhaps coincidentally. And see, the thing about once you come into the truth, you really realize there are no coincidences. See, everything happens according to the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And it's definitely not a coincidence that they've been talking about cyber attacks and blackouts heavily as of recently. That ain't no coincidence. And why are they talking about it? Because this is what's about to happen. Now, when it's going to happen, we don't know. But we definitely know that this is an election year. Things are about to get very chaotic. You have the situation at the southern border. Okay, you have multiple wars going on overseas right now. And it's going to come down to a situation where the devil knows he has a short time. So he's going to implement these things right now. You see, because he understands that time is of the essence. You see, he doesn't have time to waste and fit and, twiddle his thumbs, man. Esau, he's going to come down with that great wrath. And part of that great wrath is a cyber attack to where bank accounts are going to be wiped out. Social media is going to be non-existent. You're not going to be able to communicate. You see, pretty much all of society is going to be shut down, from supermarkets to people's workplace, and truckers are going to stop running. It's going to be a very chaotic time. You see, but this is that order ab chaos, order out of chaos, Hegelian dialectic scenario that the elites are creating right now. You see, because they understand all of these things are going to come, but from out of that, they're going to be the phoenix that rises from the ashes, and the new world is going to be established, and there's going to be an order to that new world, right? Which is based upon bowing down to the beast, which is based upon worshiping Satan. All right, so it says here, perhaps coincidentally or maybe not, since the Netflix release of the apocalyptic movie Leave the World Behind. And they showed you in that movie that there is going to be an entire blackout of the East Coast. They did show you that in there, which that's predictive programming, the revelation of the method. Before they do a lot of things, they put it in visual form. They like to put it in TV shows like The Simpsons and movies, apocalyptic movies and things of that nature, so that when it does happen, that's the elite's self-fulfilling prophecy, Leave the World Behind, which was the topic of an article published just a few days ago on the expose. Notably this week, we have been told that a, quote, cyber attack seemed to shut down half the internet, with banks and even Rumble being affected. This is a scenario that the founder of the WEF, Klaus Schwab, has been warning us about. He has foretold that a cyber pandemic that was going to be happening in the near future would have significantly worse consequences for the entire worldwide population. He is not a prophet, but knows this as it has been planned, practiced, and we have been prepped to fear it. You see, and yeah, Klaus Schwab is not a prophet, but the true prophets of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, have been speaking of these things for thousands of years. You see, but we're just in a time now where these things are about to come forth. It tells you in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, that the vision is for an appointed time. Though it tarry, wait for it. You see, so we've been waiting all this time, even the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, 30, 40 years, have been speaking of these things. But now is the appointed time for these things to come forth, because we're at the end of the road. See, we're at the end of this age, that is ruled by the Gentiles. You see, and after this is going to be the kingdom of heaven established by Yahweh Shai. But as the scriptures say, through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom. So that, we're going to have to go through that hour of temptation. We're going to have to be tempted with the MOTB. We're going to have to be tempted with hunger and being thrown in jail and being censored, and just being treated unfairly, being persecuted. You have to understand this is all a part of this walk. This is all a part of being, going through that straight gate, staying on that narrow path. It's not easy, and that's why only a few can travel down it, man. Because majority of people, they're gonna travel down that broad, comfortable road. Where there's enough space for everybody. But only those that fear Yahweh Bashmel Shad and that have a heart inclined towards the Lord, they're going to choose the more difficult, straight and narrow path, which leads to righteousness and ultimately salvation. Just as tabletop exercises were conducted before the CV pandemic, similarly, tabletop exercises have been conducted by the U.S. intel agencies on this exact scenario too. Let's see this video.
We all know, but still pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. The COVID-19 crisis would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance in comparison to a major cyber attack.
And I actually believe that this video is from 2020. Like, this came out at the very beginning of the CV19 pandemic. You see, so he been talking about this, man. Like, this has been what they've wanted to do. But they're at a point now to where society has gotten more integrated with the whole digital payment system, compared to how it was pre-pandemic. Now people barely use cash. Everything is digital now. Everything is on the grid, which is the system that they've been grooming people to accept for a very long time. But now the infrastructure is even set up for this, MOTB to occur. Because once the power goes out, everything is going to be wiped clean. You see, you're not going to be able to get on the internet unless you have a digital ID, so that they can monitor you, so that they can control the narrative. You see, they don't want anybody that has a thinking mind that does not agree with the mainstream narrative to have a voice, to have a platform. Okay, the prophets, the men of the Lord, they don't even want us to exist in this new world. See, more than likely we're gonna be thrown in jail. Beheaded, demonized. You see what I'm saying? And really, not even just us. Anybody that speaks any kind of truth, any whistleblower, anybody that's independent media minded and that really wants to do real journalism, they're going to be demonized and outed in this new system. They already talking about it, you see? And this leads me to this article here. All right. Salakia. Yeah, this is from the peoplesvoice.tv. Bill Gates says India's digital ID must become mandatory in America. So we know that these devils are pushing a digital ID system in Kenya, in India, and some other impoverished nations around the earth. And this is all to bring about the NWO system. Now, this digital ID, this is going to work hand in hand with the CBDC, which is going to be a direct precursor to the RFID micro C-HIP being mandated. Okay, now the CBDC in and of itself is not the mark. You see, that's just a digital blockchain system in which you're going to be able to make payments on. Because once this system crashes, once the physical dollar is gone, the CBDC initially is going to be the solution. But then shortly after that, they're going to mandate the C-HIP. So they're going to say, because once Elon Musk gets his Neuralink approved and the Wallet More gets approved, they're going to mandate it. And they're going to say anybody that wants to buy and sell, you're going to have to use the CBDC. But the CBDC is going to be on the RFID, micro C-HIP. Okay, everything is going to be on there, your medical history, all your information, like everything about you is going to be on that chip. And if you don't have it pursuant to Revelation 13-16, you're not going to be able to buy and sell, which buying and selling entails your whole life in this beast system. Okay, really, if you can't buy and sell in this system, you can't live. So whether you own a business, whether you sell products or whether you are just a regular worker. You know what I'm saying? Like you're employed by somebody. You're not going to be able to have a job. You're not going to be able to collect wages. You're not going to be able to buy anything unless you have this certain mark. You see, so this is the system that is about to be set up. And I remember months ago when I had went into Whole Foods, they actually had the palm scanner reader, you know, like right by, because I went to the self checkout, but they had like the little what's it called? I think it's the Amazon One payment system to where you can scan your palm and you can pay for your stuff and go. You see, but that's a precursor to, you know, because that's the same thing that you're gonna have to do when they mandate the RFID micro C hip. You're gonna have to scan your palm, or some people gonna have to scan their forehead. You see, but either way, the point is you're not gonna be able to buy and sell or be in society unless you have these certain devices. But this digital ID and the CBDC is going to be what is a precursor to the mark being mandated. So just reading this briefly, Bill Gates has called for the digital ID system in India to become mandatory in America and other Western nations as a matter of urgency. Now, when you go into that word urgency, right? Urgency means importance, insistence, okay? Importance requiring swift action in earnest and persistent quality. Okay, so this is, you know, he's calling on this to be implemented swiftly. Because why? Like I just quoted Revelation 12:12, the devil knows that he has a short time. You see, so he has to speed up the agenda. Before it was 2030, now he's cut it down to 2025 because they understand, seeing all the judgments that's going on within the earth, seeing the signs in the heavens. You know what I'm saying? Esau seeing chariots, like the Lord is showing Esau his destruction. So knowing this, he understands, well, damn, you know, we might not have until 2030. We got to do this now. So this is why they're calling for these things to be put in place immediately, urgently. Gates recently announced on his blog that he is visiting India and made sure to boast that the Gates Foundation is involved in what he calls efforts that are saving millions of lives. This is a reference to India's production of another of Gates's passions, V's. As for DPI, Gates expressed his admiration for the country's massive biometric identity, DPI, and that whole biometric that goes into what? The fourth industrial revolution, to where man is going to be merged with machine. You see, and part of man being merged with machine is taking that C-hip, you know, taking that Neuralink, taking that Wallet-More insertable RFID. That's what this whole biometric system involves, and this is why without the mark, you're not going to be able to buy and sell or do anything in this society, not even access to internet. So we see exactly where all of this is going. You see, pretty much at this point, it's obvious for everybody to see. Even Christians can see this. You see, but you know, you still got leaders in Israel that are teaching otherwise. You know, so yeah, we don't got to get too much into that. You know, the point has been made. But prepare for this. Okay, know that this is coming. Know that the infrastructure is set up. Know that these devils are desperate. Okay, Esau is desperate, and what he about to do is he about to start throwing up half-court threes. You see, because he see that he got 1.5 left on the clock, and he's down by 2, and this is his last chance to win the game. You know, so he gonna throw everything at you. You know what I'm saying? Like Esau really gonna come with, you know, heavy enchantments. You know, heavy demonic activity. He's gonna increase the chemtrails in the air. He's gonna increase the poison that is being put into your food. So, you know, we're in some very dangerous times, man. You know, and then again, you have civil war that's gonna brew up. You have these sleeper cells that are in America that are UN troops. You know, Gurga. You know, and a lot of these paid mercenaries, military-aged men that are coming over these borders. You see, they're going to be activated at a certain point, and you're not going to be able to call 911 because there's going to be a blackout. And I actually believe that they're not going to be activated until this blackout happens. You see, because that's going to be a time where, again, there is going to be no safety net. There is going to be no, let me call 911 or call the firefighter or you know, let me call some. No. All communication is going to be down, man. This is why last year during the summer, I believe, these senators and governors in these different states were given what? Satellite phones. Why would they be given satellite phones if they were not expecting some kind of blackout or for communications to go down so they could still communicate? That's why they was given that. You see? So they know something that the average person don't. This is why we have to watch prophecy. We have to watch the news to see what's going on, man, because majority of people out here are oblivious. You see? Completely oblivious to what's going on in this world, man. And that's why a lot of them, they ain't gonna make it. Let's get this last one here that we can get some precepts. The People's Voice.tv. Trudeau, which he's the Prime Minister of Canada, declares war on free speech. $70,000 fines for conspiracy theories. Life imprisonment for hate speech. So this just goes into that Amos 8 and 11, the famine of hearing the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the prophets and, the true believers being demonized. These are the times that we're in. And these devils, once again, like I said, they're desperate. Pretty much their playbook has been figured out. So now they're going to have to come down with the sword. You see, because they really can't deceive the people anymore. So now they're going to have to come down with these harsh, draconian, unrighteous decrees. And like I mentioned earlier, they don't want people that have an independent thought process to have a platform. See, they don't want you to spew your ideas against their narrative. That's not what they want. See, they want everybody to get in line to just lay down and believe the mainstream narrative, even though it doesn't make any sense. So this just shows you that the earth truly has been given into the hands of the wicked, So let's get some precepts. We got Psalms chapter 10 here, and we'll get verse 3. Well, matter of fact, let me start at 1. It says, "Why standest thou afar off, O Lord? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? The wicked," okay, which is Esau Edom, "in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and bless the covetous, whom the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, abhorreth. The wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after Yahweh. Yahweh is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them." Yeah, so all these draconian decrees this man is about to bring down, he don't care. Because he has the power as of this moment. Esau has the power to throw you in jail. Esau has the power to put you to death because you speak against his narrative. You see, and he's been given that power by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai to punish the wicked. You see, and even to try to hopefully elect, to see if you love your life unto the death or not. You see, so we have to understand all this has already been written. This is just, we just have to live through our part in this story, in this great movie. You see, but the true believers, the Israelites, we already have the victory. See, Esau, he already lost. But everybody is a prisoner of prophecy. We all got to go through what we got to go through. You see, but just know that this devil is coming down with it. You see, and he's going to be very ruthless, man. Like speaks about a revelation that the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed. Because look, right now Esau is really doing this to weed out the elect. You see, because that's really the biggest threat to his agenda. Is the elect of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. But Esau doesn't know who the elect are. We don't know who the elect are. You see, but he's gonna know once he implements this new beast system. You see, he's gonna know who the elect are once he mandates the mark, because the only ones that won't take the mark, that won't bow down to the image of the beast, are the elect. So once once the rest of the world fall in line and out of fear and lack of faith, and they succumb to this devil's advances, and the elect don't, that's when he's gonna seek to make war with the remnant of her seed. And he's gonna come full force. Esau gonna come with everything that he got, because he's gonna know that he's at the end of the road, and that the elect that he can't persuade to fall into wickedness, that they're gonna destroy him and set up the kingdom. Okay. Verse 6, "He has said in his heart, I shall not be moved. for I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. And that's all that this devil contemplates, is mischief and vanity upon the earth. You see, this is why the earth is in the state that it's in, because the wicked bear rule. You know, going back to Proverbs 29:2, when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. All right, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, and let me start at 9. It says, "Let none of us go without his part." This is now when you read in context, you know, this is talking about the Edomites. You know, this is the inward thoughts. You know, this is Esau meditating, you know, his life and, you know, what his role is, and you know, their mission. You know, pretty much. So Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 in verse 9, "Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness." Let's go into that word voluptuousness real quick. Like to get into the word so we can understand what we're reading, right? So voluptuous, it means curvaceous and sexually attractive, typically used of a woman, relating to or characterized by luxury or sensual pleasure. So in this context, the word voluptuousness is referring to sensual pleasure, right? So let us not go off, you know, without our part having our sensual pleasures of this life. You see, let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion and our lot is this. So this is Esau's lot. This is the lot and the portion for the heathen nations, for the Gentiles. See, this is their world. All right, as it says in the Apocrypha, let the multitude of them that were born in vain, that were born in vain perish. You know, roughly paraphrasing. You know, then again it says that the heathen are like spittle. You know, that they're likened to, you know, unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. So the heathen before the Lord are nothing, but he gave them, because the Lord is fair and righteous. You know, he did give the heathen the first age on this earth to rule in. Okay, and this is why they all have their kingdom set up right now. But in a very short time, the Lord is going to take these heathen nations down because of their wickedness. You see, and because the apportioned time for the Gentiles is about to be fulfilled. Verse 10, "Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age." 11, "Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings." Yeah, so the elect are clean contrary to all the traps and the snares that Esau has laid for them. You see, Esau, you know, promote pork, and, you know, he pushed Christianity, and you know, he promote Jake to go off in a multitude of ways. But regardless of all that, the elect are still gonna, you know, have that election because of what they believe upon and accept the sacrifice of Yahweh Shai. You know, so therefore the elect are clean. You know, contrary to Esau trying to make them go off. Right? He upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objecteth to our infamy the transgressings of our education. You see, so the elect are constantly sighing and crying, you know, calling out Esau for his wickedness, you know, calling out his wicked history, you know, just calling out everything that this man is doing. You know, that's why I said he upbraideth us, okay, which means to, you know, like scorn someone, you know, because he offends the law. Esau doesn't, you know, teach the law. Esau does not uphold the laws of Yahweh Basham Shai, even though he established America as what? A Christian nation. The president swears in on the Bible, but yet they don't do nothing of what the Bible says to do. Everything the Bible is against, they promote. You see? So Esau, he's contrary. He's the adversary of Yahweh Basham Shai. He's the adversary of righteousness. And this is why this man about to be taken out the way, because his lot to fulfill wickedness on the earth is about to be fulfilled. He professed to have the knowledge of Yahweh, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord. Yeah. You see, so the Israelites, you know, mainly the elect of Israel, you know, they profess, you know, that they are the children of the Most High, and that's indeed a fact. But this devil, he doesn't like that. Okay, and all the information that's coming out against him on social media, you know, and underground media, you know, is you know, making this devil hurt, man. You know, Esau hurt. Like, he messing with brothers' videos, he deleting views, deleting comments, you know, all kind of stuff just to keep the spotlight off of him. But it's too late. You see, really, Esau being consumed is the spirit of the Lord that is upon the earth, man. Okay, like the whole earth is rising up against this damn devil, and is he repenting? Is Esau saying, you know what, maybe I should stop doing what I'm doing and turn to righteousness? No, he's not going to do that, because he was created to be the wicked. See, he can't do that because he must fulfill the lot of the wicked upon the earth, man. All right, he must fulfill the lot of being the physical counterpart of the spiritual being, Satan. Okay, that's what the so-called white man, Esau Edom, was sent here to fulfill. And he's passing that with flying colors. So with that, I'll go ahead and end this lesson here. Lord willing, it was edifying through the Rakakadash. And until next time, Lord willing, shalom to the